So sleep is critical, but sleep is just one of about, I would say, 5 things that really set the buoyancy or the foundation upon which our nervous system is able to accomplish these transitions that I'm talking about at all.
Mm-hmm.
And those 5 things are sleep, right? So sleep, I would say, is at the top of the list. But, quality nutrients, I think that when I look at all of the nutrition literature and arguments out there, it seems that everyone can agree on one thing, which is that probably 80% or more of our nutrition should come from unprocessed or minimally processed sources. Minimally processed would require some cooking, but could survive on the shelf, as opposed to packaged foods or highly palatable foods. So you've got sleep, nutrients, but then we should also put in micronutrients. And this is where maybe we'll get into a discussion about supplementation. I think that there's supplementation or supplements is a bit of a misnomer because it implies vitamin supplements. And people say, well, can't you get all that from food? Or that whey protein, isn't that just food? Wouldn't you be better off with a chicken breast? Okay, well, then when you talk about convenience and the, absorption, okay. But then there's this huge category of things ranging from the kind of esoterically named things like ashwagandha and shilajit and tongali and Fadogia agrestis. So I mean, it sounds exactly all the herbal stuff, right?
Yeah.
You're not going to get that from food.
Yeah.
So should we call them supplements at all?
Yeah.
So let's just say the second thing is nutrients, and that includes macronutrients, and that includes micronutrients as well.
Mm-hmm.
So those 2 things. Then the third would be movement, right? And this has also been an enormous transition in the last, I think, just 5 years, which is not just for people interested in bodybuilding or powerlifting or for competitive athletes, but now it seems everybody, including the elderly, understand that you need a combination of cardiovascular exercise and you need resistance training, whether or not it's with body weight or weights or machines, et cetera, that you need both. I mean, not a week goes by without seeing an article in one of the major publications out there, standard media, let's call it traditional media. We'll be nice to them. Traditional media that highlights some study showing that, resistance training in elderly people can offset Alzheimer's or that, as our friend Peter Attia has pointed out so many times, that many of the end of life creating injuries are due to older people stepping down, the eccentric movements. Okay. So you need movement. That's the third category. Fourth, I will argue, and I like to think that maybe I've helped this movement, if you want to call it that, is light. In particular, sunlight in the early part and throughout the middle of the day, and trying to minimize the amount of artificial light that you're exposed to in the evening and late night hours, most of the time, because you have to live life. Just fundamental. And then the last category that's important is social connection, aka relation.